Hi, it's Jen from You So Much, and today we're going to talk about lead magnets, how to create one that really compels your ideal customer to sign up and opt into your list. So for those of you who don't know, a lead magnet is basically kind of like a freebie. It's an offer that you put on your website or somewhere else. I like to see it as a value exchange. So you're giving something of value to your ideal customer in exchange for them saying, okay, cool, you can have my email address. I'm interested in finding out more about you. So one of the things that I'm always talking about is how your ideal client is on a journey. And it's really important to think about this in context of the lead magnet because they're on a journey to improve their life. So when you are meeting them, wherever they are on their journey, they may not be ready yet to use your product or service because either A, they just don't know, like, or trust you yet, or they're just not on that point in their journey yet where they're experiencing problems and feel like they need help yet, or they may not just be the right person for working with you. Now, if they are somebody who's close to needing you, right, then they're going to be much more likely to act right after they opt in to contact you, to reach out to you, to say, hey, I'd love to work with you. Other people, for whatever reason, may just take a little bit longer, and you want some kind of way to keep in contact with them, to continue nurturing them. And so one of the best ways to do that is to engage them by exchanging this lead magnet in exchange for their contact info. So one of the things I think a lot of people don't really take the time to think about is the strategy behind the lead magnets. You want to do more than just come up with some great offer that your ideal customer will sign up for. I challenge you to think about this in terms of your overall marketing strategy, right? Think about where it is that they are coming from. Did they meet you at a networking party? Did you speak at an event where you handed out your business cards? Did they find you online on a YouTube channel? Did they just randomly do a Google search and you came up? Think about the different places that they might find you, and then how do you direct them to get this free offer, this lead magnet? So maybe on all of your social medias, you put a link to the freebie offer, so it's really easy for them to opt into your list so you can stay in touch with them. The next thing that's really important is to think about where on their journey are they, just like I was saying earlier, but more specifically, what problems are they experiencing on that journey? Are there common problems that your ideal customers start having before they start working with you? Maybe they've tried a different service, or they think they know how to solve the problem, but they don't, and you see this common trend that happens over and over again with your ideal customer. Those are the kinds of things that your lead magnet might be able to really help them with. The other thing you can really think about is, why aren't they ready yet to work with you? Are there some things that they just need first before they start to work with you? And that's another really great indication of what you can create for them that they will really want and sign up for right away. So they're much more likely to sign up with you and give you their email address. And then, as always, I think it's super important to think about how you're going to continue engaging with them. Once they sign up for that email address, what's going to happen next? Are you going to send out a weekly newsletter to them, a daily newsletter to them? Are you going to reach out with some kind of a free consultation or phone call? Make it really clear what they're going to get from you once they sign up for that freebie and they give you their email address. Even beyond that, it's important to keep in mind what product or service you're going to be offering to them eventually, because maybe the lead magnet has that same name as your signature course, for example. Or again, maybe there's some kind of progressive skills that they need to go along the steps before they're ready to work with you. So really keep in mind not just how you're going to continue to work with them, but then what you're eventually going to offer to them and how that can really match up well with the freebie that you're going to offer them. The next thing you want to think about is what type of lead magnet you want to offer them. Do some brainstorming for all different kinds of things that you can offer them. For example, a lot of people like to do a one-sheet quick and easy win. It makes it super simple for their ideal customer to print it out and do some things quickly and feel really connected, like they got something out of it. So again, a cheat sheet, maybe it's a checklist. People love checking the boxes. A progress tracker. Progress trackers are huge so that someone again can feel like they're accomplishing something as they go along. Also some kind of a diagram or a flow chart. A lot of those are easy, quick things people can print out and then use right away. And again, it makes the customer feel like they got a huge piece of value from you in a really quick amount of time. Another thing that I have seen that works really well is creating some kind of a list of resources. So for example, here's a list of all the different tools and software and platforms to set up my first website. Here's a list of things that I have used to create my first YouTube video. When you create a list of resources, it makes it really easy for someone else who wants to get into that to jump in and get going on it. And a lot of times that might be what they need in order to be on the journey then to work with you. The other thing that I love is when people do comparison charts, right? Like let's say, for example, you're not sure if you want to use MailChimp or ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign, some kind of a comparison chart that talks about why you're using what you're using. It basically helps them because you've done a lot of the homework for them. So that's a really huge piece of value that also makes them know, like, and trust you a little bit more too. And then there are some that are even more involved, things like a video course or an email course, which is what I have. I have my Story Juice free 5-day email course that helps people understand what their customer's journey is. I've seen people use a book as a freebie or a chapter from a book, for example. So these are a whole list of ideas, and I suggest that what you do is sit down and think of how many different kinds of freebie offers you can come up with and really use that list, because the more ideas you come up with, better fitting idea you're going to come up with. And again, go back to your overall strategy and see which one of those fit best into your strategy, and also think about which one's going to give the most value to your ideal customer on their journey right now. And then once you've determined what your freebie is, now you have to write the offer for it, right? Wherever that offer is going to be going, whether it's on your website or on your business card or a flyer of some kind, you want to make sure it's a really compelling offer that makes your customer want to sign up. So the first thing I would suggest is to really think about what they want versus what they need. And what I mean by that is the customer will often voice out loud what they think they want, and what they actually need. What you're providing for them is a little bit different because they don't know yet that that's what they need in order to accomplish their goal. So for example, if you're a YouTube coach, you might coach them on how to come up with a compelling script for their videos. Now, most people aren't going to say, oh, I really want a compelling script, right? What they're going to say is, I want more YouTube viewers. I want more subscribers. So your offer should be centered around what they want, not what they need to do to get there, because they don't know yet that that's what they need. They just know what they want. So really think about your ideal customer, the journey they're on, and what it is that they want. The second thing I want you to think about is, what is the final result? What are they going to get when it's all done? What is the return on investment for them by getting this thing? What will they have in their hands when they've completed that worksheet, or they've done that checklist, or made that progress? What's going to happen? Make sure the offer is very clear about what the final result is. And then the last thing I'll say is, think about how you're crafting your headlines, because crafting an offer like this is very, very similar. You want to make sure you're getting their attention, make sure you're driving curiosity, and that you're really resonating with your ideal customer. And you want to make sure you're really compelling them with their fantasy. And so if you haven't seen my video on headlines where I cover that, those are the 4 main things you want to really make sure that your headline does, and your offer for your lead magnet should do that similarly. So I'll put the link for that headline video in the description below too. Now, truly understanding your customer's journey and where they are in the journey, like I said at the beginning of this video, is super important. And so if you have not done that already, I'm going to make it really easy for you. My own lead magnet walks you through that. So it basically helps you understand what your customer's goals are, what problems they're experiencing, and how you are helping your customer achieve their biggest goals. So sign up for my lead magnet. I'll put the description up above and down below, and you'll be able to understand better what journey your customer's on so that you can craft a lead magnet that's super compelling for your ideal customer. If you guys have any thoughts or questions about lead magnets, I'd love to hear from you. In fact, if you ever sign up for a really great lead magnet that you love, leave it in the description below too. I would just love for other viewers to be able to see awesome lead magnets and get inspired and get their creativity juices flowing. So leave that in the comments below too. And as always, don't forget to write down your fantasies, because words make it real. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.